Welcome to the first episode in a brand new series on my channel, Zombie Lies. A zombie lie is a false statement that keeps being repeated as fact, no matter how many times it is refuted. I first came across this term from Bill Maher and thought it was applicable to gaming, so that's what I want to do with this series. I hope that by bringing and destroying these lies to the public, they'll eventually go away. The first one I want to tackle is one I see constantly in the comment section of videos. Advanced Warfare was in development before Titanfall, therefore it couldn't have copied off of Titanfall. This statement is complete bullshit. Where did this lie come from? Did some bigger YouTuber say it and now it's treated as the fucking truth? I'd love to know how all of the Call of Duty fanboy sheeple got this concept. Let me set out the timeline for you guys. In 2009, Sledgehammer Games was brought in to make a third-person Call of Duty spin-off in their attempt to replicate their prior success with Dead Space. They spent months working on this game with enough to make a short demo. Screenshots were recently found of this game, and it showed the setting as in the Vietnam wartime era in Laos and Cambodia because, according to the CEO, The Hammer, it was a hidden war, right? Everybody thought the war was in Vietnam, but it was in Cambodia and Laos too, so we were telling a cool story. Yeah, Glenn, a war that was so vehemently protested in America was really hidden from the public eye. Anyways, I know some people always tell me that Sledgehammer Games is working on a title in between MW2 and Black Ops. This is that title. Clearly, the Vietnam War in Laos and Cambodia is not the same concept as Advanced Warfare. Two totally different games. But a third-person Call of Duty could have been fucking cool, though. Is it possible that the third-person game modes in MW2 were warming people up to the idea for the eventual release of this spin-off? Nah, that would make too much sense. Let's fast forward a little bit. In 2010, during MW2's life cycle, many employees of Infinity Ward left to form Respawn Entertainment. Coincidentally, this is why much of the shit in MW2 wasn't patched until it became a plague on the game, like the care package Javelin glitches, or in the case of the one-man army Danger Close noob tubes, the shit that the leftover developers used in order to actually play the game because they fucking sucked ass. You guys know what I'm talking about. You've seen the videos of the developers playing MW2 using that class, right? At this time, Activision pulled Sledgehammer Games into helping the shell of Infinity Ward finish MW3, and that third-person game that they were working on was completely scrapped. They were working on an extremely truncated timetable and had no free time to work on other projects leading up to its release. And you wonder why the first 2 months of MW2 was so riddled with shitty lag comp problems. At E3 in June of 2011, EA announced that they were partnering with Respawn, and Respawn was working on a sci-fi shooter. They started with an exosuit-like concept that the team eventually grew in size because of Cialis. I mean, to become the titans that they are today. The exosuits aren't an original concept, but the idea to have them in this game was definitely before Sledgehammer was even working on Advanced Warfare, which they started after they were done with Modern Warfare 3, which was released in November of 2011. The CEO himself even admitted they didn't even start thinking about Advanced Warfare until September of that year. But he also said some shit which is complete nonsense that I'll save for later. Now, after watching the reveal for Advanced Warfare, it's clear that they took a lot of things from the multiplayer of Black Ops 2, which wasn't revealed until Gamescom, which is in August of 2012, and then the full game was released in November of that year. This includes the Create a Class system, the score streaks instead of kill streaks, the medals, competitive rank playlists. I could go on and on. I guess Treyarch has to start all over again after Sledgehammer already made the follow-up to Black Ops 2. Meanwhile, Titanfall was already finished, but they decided that instead of trying to figure out how to maximize the game the most from 7 or 8-year-old hardware, they'd wait until the next-gen consoles would come out so that they could use only 3-year-old hardware. Respawn's game was all but finished when Advanced Warfare was busy using the good ideas in Black Ops 2 that Infinity Ward thought, nah, we know better, we're just gonna do shit our way. Well, see how that all turned out. So now that you're educated on which game actually was developed first, the question remains, how much did Titanfall influence Advanced Warfare? Now, the Hammer will tell you that it wasn't much at all. Did we get anything from Titanfall? I'm going to be completely honest with you. I've got a bunch of games stacked up that I need to play, and that happens to be one of them. The exoskeleton was one of the first ideas. It was based on seeing it in medical journals, and then the Army had a very simple one at the time. Titanfall, when we first started hearing about it, had to be 2 years later. By then, we were well into development. We'd been working on the boost jump and everything. We had that working for well over a year. Ding, 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 ding. I have to ring the bullshit alarm here. I know he's just trying to cover his ass, but Titanfall was revealed even before they started working on the fucking game. Yeah, it was fully demoed at E3 in 2013, which is what he's talking about there. But to me, there's no fucking way that you don't scope out the competition and see what they're trying to offer. Here's my take on it. Activision knew that the people that left Infinity Ward would come up with a shooter that would directly compete with Call of Duty. Titanfall was teased at E3 in 2011 with exosuits, so I'm inclined to believe, since Activision gives Sledgehammer money and resources to complete their project, they coerce Sledgehammer to design their game with these elements in mind from a competing shooter. Exosuits are the core focus of their game, and yet the only details about Titanfall at the time when Sledgehammer started was a sci-fi shooter with a human-like suit. Seems way too fucking coincidental for me. This isn't a chicken and egg scenario here. Titanfall was being developed before Advanced Warfare. Period. End of fucking story. Whether or not Advanced Warfare borrowed ideas from Titanfall is still up for debate, but the facts are the facts. Titanfall was being developed before Advanced Warfare. So please, people, don't let idiots get away with spewing this bullshit lie anymore. Call them out, just like we do with the no quickscoping in Ghost, and dedicated servers across all platforms in Ghost, and Ghost runs on a brand new gaming engine. Fuck that bullshit. Now, let me know what you guys think of this new series, as I have a few other zombie lies lined up to be destroyed. I've been The Schwantz27, out like a weird-ass belly button. Until next time.